What's up, Moon and Star Therapy gang? It's your girl Amber Mellon, and welcome to another video. If you are new here, I would love for you to be a part of the Moon and Star Therapy family by hitting that subscribe button, and I hope you hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload from me. And I hope you all hit the like button today if I've shared something today that truly helps you, inspires you, and empowers you to be the true powerful person that you are. So today's video is all about steps to take this year in 2024 to honor your goddess power, your goddess energy, and to really, if you're not there and you want to get there, these steps are going to help you. If you were unsure, these tips are going to empower you, or these tips are just going to help you continue on to do what you're already doing, okay? So this video, again, is about steps and tips to take to stand in your goddess energy this year in 2024 and to become the powerful goddess that you are, okay? The number one most important thing to know as a goddess is to know that God, you are an extension of God, okay? God's very breath, his very essence, his very imprint is inside of you, okay? So you are never separate from him. There's no external force that you need in order to talk to him, in order to love on him, or for him to love on you, or for you to have any type of relationship with him. You don't have to get down on your knees. You don't have to go to a church. You don't have to be a part of any type of religious order gathering in order to experience God for yourself. Having a relationship with God could be as personal as you want, or it could be, as organized as you would like. But true spirituality is a personal relationship with God that has nothing to do with anyone else except for you and him, or whoever you believe, okay? So just know that God is never apart from you. He's always with you. He is never separate from you. You could talk to him anytime you want. You are never alone, okay? And you are a goddess because your father, or however you identify him as, I identify God as my father, okay? He's powerful. He's a creator. He created me, so I am an extension of him. He's a god, so therefore I'm his daughter, and I am a goddess, okay? So if you come from a religious background like myself, and you have a hard time saying or identifying, or you don't feel comfortable saying that you're a goddess, that is just some old outdated way of religious thinking, okay? You are a goddess because your father is a god. You're not saying that you're better than God. You're not putting yourself higher than God or higher than him or whoever you believe. You are an extension of him, okay? So that's very important to remember. Never be afraid to say with authority, okay, and stand 10 toes down that you are a goddess. Number two, being a goddess has nothing to do with anything aesthetic. It has nothing to do with the way you look. It has nothing to do with being a baddie. It has nothing to do with the things you can buy, how you dress. It is purely what's inside of you, okay? Because what's inside of you will exude from the inside out. It's nothing you can put on, okay, that's going to help you own your goddess energy. You have to realize and know already how powerful you are, okay? So what's in you is not on you, okay? So that's another important thing that I want all my ladies, if you're a guy watching, just switch what I'm saying around, okay? But there's nothing wrong with identifying that you're a god or a goddess because your father is a god, okay? And it's in you, it's not on you, okay? So that's the number two. This year, I'm going to be talking about, you're going to hear me say a lot of things that have to do with goddess energy, goddess this, goddess that. And I really want you ladies to get comfortable with that word, okay? I don't want you to shy away from it. I really want you to own it this year and to stand in it. I truly feel that in this era, in this time that we're in, women are standing in the front. We are leading the way, okay? We are leading the way with our intuition and being in tune with nature and the universe and God and our divine gifts, and I truly believe that we are leading the way for others. Okay, so don't be afraid of that. So just know that when you see someone operating in her goddess energy, just know that it's nothing external, it's in her, it's not on her. Okay, number 2, own your shit. Okay, whether it's good, whether it's bad, own it. Okay, own it and let it empower you. Okay, any bad things that you've went through, any hardships that you've went through in the past, any mistakes that you made that you are not proud of, own that part of you. That was an aspect of you that has helped you to get to where you are at now. So that is one important thing that God was working with me like years back is, Amber, own those things about yourself that you don't like. Own those bad experiences that you experienced that you didn't like, because that is truly what's going to help transform your life. It's what's going to empower you, and it's what's going to help you to learn and gain wisdom and to teach others. Okay, so own your shit, own your past. Okay, it doesn't make you who you are. It's a part of your journey. It's a part of your soul's growth. Okay, it's not what you do, is who you are. Never identify yourself by what you do. Okay, identify yourself by who you are. Okay, because sometimes in life what we're doing doesn't align with who we truly are. Sometimes in life what we're doing is temporary. It's just a temporary place to get to where we're going, until we get to that place where the work that we're doing aligns with who we truly are. Okay, so that's very important. It doesn't matter where you find yourself in life, never identify what you do for a living with who you are, because sometimes those things, depending on the routes we take, depending on what happens to us, is not going to align with our purpose. Okay, so the dark moments in your life, it's what's going to bring that transformation and that healing, and you're going to learn a lot of things from that, and you're going to be able to use that to reach your goals and to reach your dreams. Okay, number 3 is take accountability for your life. If your life is not where you want it to be, okay, you're responsible for that. Take accountability. Okay, one of the things about religion that I never liked is it kind of teaches you, it kind of shies away from accountability, and it sometimes the wording in the Bible and everything can kind of posture you as, you know, waiting on God, waiting for a blessing, waiting for a miracle, waiting for a word from God. No, as a goddess and a god, you understand that God is always talking to you. God is always nudging you, moving you forward, and He is always waiting on you. You are never waiting on Him. Now, there is such thing as divine timing, but you are responsible for the way that your life wants to go. Your thoughts and how you see yourself is a reflection of your external world. Okay, so whatever you want, whatever it is that you want in life, you have to identify in your life what you're not doing to get there. Okay, you have to take accountability for that. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to start a business and you're not there yet, you have to see, well, what's stopping you? You know, what's stopping you from starting that business? What's stopping you from being creative? What's stopping you from putting that work in? What's stopping you from going back to school? What's stopping you from finishing that project? So being a goddess and a god is not all about, you know, just looking good, looking fine, being a baddie. No, again, it's all internal. Okay, so once you get the internal things right, when you start adding those externals, you just gonna be bad all day long. You can't nobody touch you. But take accountability for where your life is. Okay, if you want something, you can have it. There is nothing stopping you. You can do anything that you want to do. So that's one of the things that, you know, again, everything that I'm telling you is not something that I've read, is not something that I've researched. All my notes today is purely from experience. God told me, like, Amber, your life is not the way you want it to go because of you're not confident enough. You're fearful of doing this. You are afraid of taking that leap of faith. You are being lazy in this area. You are not putting the work out in this area. You are not being honest with yourself. So, you know, part of that goddess and goddess energy when you see powerful women standing in their power and owning who they are, they had to get real with themselves about what's stopping you from being powerful. Why am I afraid to shine my light? Why am I not where I want to be? You have to get real and get honest with those things in order to understand how powerful you are. You have to understand what's blocking your power, what's stopping you. And a lot of that is shadow work. Shadow work has nothing to do with anything evil or bad. Shadow work, that term shadow, comes from the dark aspects in our life that are internal, that we have ignored, that we have closed the door, they got cobwebs and stuff. It's too painful to look at. We're too afraid to look at it. We're too scared to feel the pain, to feel the fear, and we don't want to face the truth. That is shadow work. So becoming a goddess or a god, it does take periods of your life where you are doing shadow work, where you are stepping back, sitting down, taking time to yourself to really address what's stopping me. You know, why do I feel depressed? Am I afraid of this shift in my life? Am I afraid to start this new change? Am I afraid of the new me? Am I afraid of the new me because my family doesn't agree with it, because I wasn't raised to be this way or think this way, because of societal norms? You know, those are all the things that have to think about when you're constantly reflecting, when you're constantly reevaluating, okay, where you are in life, where you want to go, and where you're at. That is also a part of being a goddess or a god, okay? You got to take accountability for where your life is. God made you to create. God is a creator. So when you stop creating, that's when you stop believing in yourself. That's when spiritual amnesia comes in. We are all designed to create. None of us are here to just exist. We're all here to create something. Only you know what that creation and what that something is, okay? So take accountability in your life and never stop creating, okay? Your thoughts are a reflection of how you view yourself and how you see yourself, and they will manifest in the physical world, okay? So remember that. Number 4, trust your intuition more, okay? Practice learning, trusting your intuition. If you are a person that goes back and forth, you have a hard time with making a decision, you have a hard time deciding what's right or what's wrong, you have to get quiet. A lot of times your intuition, it's quiet. It's not a big loud voice. It's not something that's like, hey. No, a lot of times your intuition, unless you're in danger, okay, but a lot of times your intuition is a subtle, small voice, and a lot of times we overlook that voice. I'll take myself as an example. In the beginning, a lot of times I'll overlook that small voice, like, hey, Amber, no, don't do that, don't say that, or not yet. It's small, it's still, it's quiet, and we're like, nah, that's not it. And we'll override it, and then we'll go through something unnecessary, and then we're like, dang, I should have listened to my intuition. I heard that voice, but because it was still, because it was quiet, I overlooked it, okay? So learning to trust your intuition, it takes practice, okay? There's little things you can do to practice listening to your intuition as little exercises. I'll have to create a separate video about that, of things you could do on purpose to help trust your intuition, but it's something that we all have, okay? We all have psychic gifts, psychic abilities. We are all able to tap into that dimension of consciousness where we can gather information. Depending on the intensity of that and how clear those messages are, is depending on how you are able to feel. A lot of your intuition, a lot of it is feeling, is not necessarily logic. Okay, and so that takes time, okay? But trusting your intuition more. As women, we are very powerful, okay? Men are powerful and women are powerful. We're equally powerful in different ways, but in this video, I want to focus on the women because that's who God has assigned me right now to talk to, okay? So guys, if you're watching, if you pick up any gems from this video, okay, wonderful. But I'm talking to the ladies right now, okay? because our society and the way that it has been created, the system from a very patriotic society has done a great job of trying to leave women out, or trying to separate men trying to separate women from the men, or make women subservient, okay? And that is not how God created us to be. None of us were created to own one another. None of us were created to, just because we, as a woman, just because we are in a relationship with a man, or just because we were married to a man, it doesn't mean, oh, now I just do away with my common sense, or I do away with my thinking capacity, or I put my power to the side, and now my job is to be subservient to a man. It doesn't mean that. It means that when you are with a man, that when you're with your man, you are equally using your gifts and talents of where it is needed in the relationship, or where it is needed for the situation, okay? You are not Adam's rib, okay? Let me say that for the women. You are not Adam's rib. Say it with me. I am not Adam's rib, okay? There are 2 creation stories in the Bible. I'm just giving you guys a little history right now and a little facts. Anytime you are a part of a religious doctrine, a religious order, or you identify as any type of religion, be careful when people ask you to do away with history, facts, and your common sense. Anytime a religion tells you to do away with history, facts, and common sense, it is no longer a religion, it is a cult, okay? I want you to keep that in mind. I want you to stay with me, okay? Keep an open mind here. If you read very carefully in Genesis, in the beginning, there are 2 creation stories. One of the first creation story, when it gets to the part of God creating man and woman, he did not take Eve from Adam's rib. That's in the second creation story. In the first creation story, God created them, woman and man, separate. He did not take him from Adam's rib. The second creation story is something that man added in there. Adam did not like the woman that God gave him, and so he asked for another one. And in the story, supposedly, it said that God made a woman from Adam's rib. You got to read that carefully. It blew my mind when I saw that. Because in the first creation story, there's a man and a woman. Adam is displeased with Eve, and Eve goes off. And there's these people that go off, and they don't talk about him again, okay? So, as a goddess, you have to continue to seek the truth. You have to continue to learn and to educate yourself. And that's one of the undoing and doing away with that old thinking, that old patriotic colonizer way of thinking, is you have to remember that God created us man and female. We are equally as powerful. God is an aspect of woman and man. God has both inside of him. And so now when I pray, I address God as my Father God, and my Mother God, because both divine aspects live within him. Again, God is the creator. So when he created us, he created an extension of himself. Both of those exist in God. All of us have divine masculine and feminine energy, and we need both of those to be balanced. God has both of those. So it makes sense for us to have both of those, even though when we come in this world, we identify as a specific gender. On a spiritual level, it is important to keep both of those energies balanced, okay? So just know that when you get in a relationship with your partner, or a man, or someone who identifies as a man, just remember your power and your place is beside your partner, okay? Both of you are supposed to use your gifts, okay? Use your talents and gifts for where it is needed. Your person might be gifted in one area, so he might need to take the lead. You know, you might be gifted in another area, so you will take the lead. It's not about a man leading. It's not about a woman leading. It's about both of them leading, both of you coming together. And see, that's the thing that society has done, especially in the black community, is put the black man against the black woman, okay? And I'm sorry, I got to bring a little education in here. And I'm a black woman, so I love all my nationalities, all my women. It doesn't matter what race you are, okay? I love all of you. But as a black woman, there are certain challenges that, you know, black women face. And one of the things currently is, right now, there is a major divide with, in general, we'll just say in general, there's a major divide with men and women, and especially in the black community. And what we have to understand is that we are both divine, we are both powerful, and we really need to stop having this conversation about following the man and the man being the leader and a woman being subservient. And no. When God created me, when God gave me to Pamela Ann Tompkins, in his mind, it was not, oh, when Amber gets married, oh, she's going to be subservient, or, you know, she's going to have to learn how to, no. God made me a powerful individual, and to bring my individuality when I get in a relationship to add to my man, okay? So I just really had to add that in there, because a lot of times, you know, there's this conditioning, there's this way of thinking sometimes that when a woman gets in a relationship, you know, that her place, she needs to learn how to be subservient. She needs to learn how to stand behind her man. And I really don't care about what terms. I don't mind standing behind a man. I don't mind having my man's back. But on a spiritual level, it's both woman and man standing together, bringing their powerful aspects, talents, and gifts together, and each of them deciding, okay, where are our gifts and talents? Where is it going to be most beneficial? Who's going to take the lead on that? And so it's very important, women, that you realize that you keep that just because you get in a relationship or with a man, that you still keep your power. Nothing happens to that. And it's not about being submissive to a man or subservient. It's about serving each other together. It's about realizing that both of you are powerful together, okay? So I really had to add that in there so so my women can understand how powerful you are, okay? Because for a woman, you have to honor both sides, both aspects of your feminine and masculine energy, okay? It is very important to honor your masculine energy. All of us should continue to learn how to be balanced, that ebb and flow of when we need to switch into an energy and when we need to come out of the energy, okay? So it is important, women who I'm talking to, all my ladies, that you do honor your masculine energy. I know there's a big topic and a big conversation right now about women being soft and men being attracted to a feminine women, okay? But in order to honor the feminine part of you, you also have to honor the masculine side of you. You can't be too over imbalance in those energies, okay? Because your masculine energy will help you to learn how to set boundaries. Your masculine energy will help you to learn when to prune things in your life, when to cut people off, when to cut places off, when to walk away from a situation, a job, okay? Your masculine energy is going to help you to take charge, take ownership of your life, and to really create and build the life that you want. Your masculine energy is going to help you to follow through and to finish, okay? So it is very important as a woman, as a goddess, to honor your masculine energy as well as your feminine energy. You don't want to lean in too much overly to one or another. It's important to be balanced. When you're too much into your feminine energy, sometimes it can make you too emotional and not help you make a balanced decisions of what's right for your life, of who to be in a relationship with, of who to be intimate with, okay? So it's very important. Don't let these people fool you, social media stuff. You know, all these conversations, everybody has something to say, and I think it's cool that we have social media and everyone can use social media to vocalize how they feel, but I just want to see a lot more people saying the right things that makes common sense. And so I know that men want extra feminine women. But in order to do that, for a woman to be extra feminine, she also has to honor that masculine side of her, because sometimes that too feminine energy, that's when the lack of confidence comes in. That's when the clinginess and the neediness and the needing validation comes in. Okay, I've been there, done that, got a t-shirt, coffee mug, okay, wrote about it, sung a song about it. Okay, I'm well versed in that area. Okay, so you also have to do both. Okay, because both exist in God. Okay, as a woman, you know, God is giving you a powerful intuition. Okay, and also your womb makes you powerful too. The womb is able to bring life, to carry life. Okay, you have to think how powerful women are. Okay, men and women, we're powerful together. We're equally powerful in different ways. But that part of God that creates, that reproduce, he blessed us women with that. Okay, so without a womb and without that aspect of that reproduction, a man wouldn't be able to even come here in this earth. And even though they're creating lab stuff and cloning things, they had to get it from somewhere. Okay, so if you just think about how powerful a woman are, no human being can come in this earth unless it's through the womb of a mother, the womb of a woman. Okay, I just want you to really grasp and see how powerful that is. So honor that aspect of yourself. Even if you are a woman that doesn't want to have children, that doesn't desire to have children, just understand that naturally having that, or say you're not able to have kids, it doesn't make you less powerful. It doesn't make you any less of a woman. Okay, because we all women, we are constantly giving life and nurturing things. Okay, God gave us that nurturing aspect on purpose. That is an aspect of God. That feminine energy is all about love and patience and kindness and tenderness, and, you know, nourishing things and bringing life to things and healing things. Okay, and it's very powerful. Okay, people can get addicted to it. Okay, so I want you to understand that as you take on these practices and you implement them into your life, I want you to know that you're going to become very magnetic. Okay, not just because of how you look, just because of what you exude. All this inner work, all this self-assurance, and not needing validation. You do not need approval from anybody. The only approval you need is from God. Okay, when God birthed you into this world, when he allowed you to come in this world, just know that you already had approval to do the assignment, to do the mission. So if it's already in your heart, know that God put it in your heart. Okay, you don't need anyone's approval to do anything you want to do. Which brings me to my next point. Okay, is never be afraid to show up as your true, authentic self. Okay, not the version of you that your family feels like you should be, not the version of you that you feel like society wants you to be or social norms want you to be. Okay, but who you truly are. Okay, get comfortable with who you truly are. Don't be afraid to show up and be as individual, as creative, as different, as out of the box as you could possibly be. Because when you own that, stand in that, and you show up in that, embody that, you also become a lighthouse, a beam of light, and you give permission for other individuals to do the same thing. Okay, we need more women who are embodying their true essence of who they truly are, you know, without fear, showing up as their authentic self. Okay, so never be afraid of your true authentic self and being you, being unique, you know, being who you are, and not comparing yourself or trying to be like anybody else, because God made you the way he made you for a reason. My next point is stay in tune with nature and moon cycles and the seasons in your life. Okay, we are constantly going through cycles in our life. Okay, and one of the things you'll notice as you get into spirituality, you'll start to realize that the seasons that are actually happening right now are a reflection of the cycles that are going on in our thoughts, in our being, and in our internal world. A lot of times when we're going through a new paradigm shift, or God is taking us to a higher calling. Excuse me one second, guys. Every time I start talking, my sinuses drain, okay? But when you start becoming more spiritual, you'll realize that the moon cycles, the seasons of life, winter, summer, spring, and fall, are also a reflection of how God created us to be. A lot of time when you're getting ready to go through a new paradigm shift, a new metamorphosis, something old in your life, a situation is outdated for you, a lot of times that shift takes place in the winter time. A lot of time God is working with us on our thoughts, reevaluating, reflecting of what we've done over the past year. Is it working? Is it really aligning with who we are now and where we want to go? Okay, so pay attention to the lunar cycles. As a woman, the moon will tell you a lot about your period. A lot of times you'll notice that your period will align with the moon cycles and where you are in life. I'll definitely create another video about that. I know I mentioned it in one of my videos when I was trying to get pregnant with my daughter. I could not get pregnant with my daughter if my period came on a full moon. I couldn't, because when you get your period on a full moon, you are in a season of healing, or you are a healer. You're in a season of teaching, the crone season, wisdom, getting your life together, not so much as new beginnings or fertile energy, but really a time of healing, of learning about yourself, of learning new things. And I noticed I could not get pregnant for nothing if my period came on a full moon. And when that cycle changed in my life and I was no longer getting my periods on a full moon, but I was getting my periods on either a new cycle phase, like the new moon, or the half crescent waxing moon, then I started to, as I did research, I realized, okay, I was in a time of fertility, a time of new beginnings, a celebration. So I will be creating another video about that, but really pay attention to the moon cycles that are happening in your period. It will tell you a lot about spiritually where you are in life, okay? It's very important. You'll start to get in tune with the seasons that are happening in wintertime. A lot of reflecting, a lot of shadow work, a lot of reevaluating, a lot of assessing, a lot of giving away things, getting rid of old things. Where do you want to go? Planning, and you'll start to feel this burst of energy around March, around April, as a time of planting seeds, planning new things, starting new projects. And if you're consistent with it, you'll see your rewards happening in late summer and fall, and you'll be celebrating all those small and big milestones. So I really want you ladies to keep that in mind, okay? Let's see, what else do I have? Okay, get cozy with the new you, okay? Get cozy with this new, powerful goddess being that you are. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, you think you're all that, or no, it's like, no, I don't think, I'm not arrogant. I'm just confident. I'm self-assured in myself, and I know who I am. I know who God is in my life. I know what he's doing in me, and I'm confident in that. And so that's where your power is going to be at, ladies. We can use these things external. We can use the crystals, and we can read books, and we can use herbs, and we can do the self-care thing. We could put on the makeup, we could do our hair, but that true power it comes from God. It comes from tapping into that energy and allowing God to take you on this journey of self-discovery. And don't be afraid of what you find out. Don't be afraid of the truths. Don't be afraid of, things that you used to believe in when you were young and when you were little growing up, that they're lies now, or, it's not factual at all. Like, don't be afraid. Never be afraid to seek the truth. Never be afraid to go on the off-beaten path, okay? There's a phrase that I love that I used to see all the time on my spiritual journey, and it's a phrase that not all who wander are lost, okay? So never be afraid to keep learning about yourself, seeking the truth. Is what you believed when you were younger, is it true? Never stop seeking the truth, okay? Your higher self is your intuition. In spirituality, we have a term called your higher self. Your higher self is that aspect of God that lives in, that is in the spirit realm that is constantly retrieving information from God and from spirit and from in the universe, is trying to download that information into you. Okay, so don't continue to tap into your intuition, continue to use it and trust it and let it guide you. That's going to help you from staying away from situations or people or places that don't have your best interests at heart or don't align with you or your beliefs or where you're going. It's going to help navigate you into being creative and what you need to do and what you need to share and how you can utilize what you've already learned and gained to help build the life that you want to have. Okay, and so never be afraid to take her hand, okay, and walk with her and let her take you off the beaten path. And when I say her, I mean you. I mean that spirit you, that beautiful spirit you that you haven't seen yet, that God sees, that is just a divine being. Okay, ethereal, not of this world. Allow her to take your hand and let her lead you and guide you, okay? Because she will not lead you wrong, okay? As a goddess, you become I seen a thing on Instagram the other day. It says healed people are walking crystals. And I love that quote. I thought that was so true. It definitely resonated with me. When you step into your goddess power and you own that, you become a walking crystal. You become healing waters. You become a lighthouse for all to see, okay? And you're going to attract, good attention and bad attention. You're going to attract positive people and negative people. You're going to attract people who don't believe in themselves, who just want to feed off your energy to help them with their own light. You're going to attract manipulative people. You're going to attract people who just energy vampires, okay? So that's why it's important to constantly stay balanced, to constantly honor your masculine as well as your feminine energy of, setting boundaries with love, okay? Loving people from a distance, loving people from afar, okay? So you're going to attract a lot of people. You're also going to be very attractive to the opposite sex or whatever sex you're attracted to. You're going to become very attractive, and people are not going to realize that it's not just your looks, but it's who you are, your being, your power. They're going to realize there's something different about you. There's something magnetic about you, okay? There's something just out of this world about you. And it's all that work that you've been doing, all these things that we've talked about, and understanding how powerful of a being you are, how powerful of a woman you are, and owning your goddess energy, not being afraid to be your true authentic self, using your talents and gifts, not being afraid to love, but also set boundaries, educating yourself, growing, evolving, teaching, sharing your light with others, operating your gift. That shit is attractive. So make sure that when you are attracting people and you're getting to know people, listen to your intuition, okay? We talked about your womb, we talked about healing, okay? As a goddess, when you own that goddess energy and you operate in that, I truly believe that you have healing waters. When a man sleeps with you, it's very healing to them, okay? It's very it's different. It's a different experience, okay? Not only is it physical, but it's spiritual. So you don't want to just give that to your healing waters to everyone, okay? Now, this is my personal beliefs, okay? I will have some spiritual girls that disagree with me, but this is from the book of Mellon, chapter 11:11, is that, as a goddess, just because you're free-spirited and you're different out of the box, it doesn't mean that we're loosey-goosey. It doesn't mean that we're just, giving it up or we don't have boundaries. No, that's not what it means. To me, it means that when I identify my frequency, when I identify my energy, when I identify someone who aligns with my goddess energy, when I identify another king, and that he is operating in his godlike energy, and it matches with mine, and it's in alignment, and it's spiritual, and we're connecting with things that are non-physical. We're connecting in a non-physical way, and it aligns with me. I don't mind letting him have my healing waters, okay? But not everyone is privy to that, okay? So that's just my personal belief. I know some spiritual girls are very the term sexually liberated. Do what you do, you get it how you live. But my personal opinion is, you know, make sure when you give your healing waters, when you're intimate with someone as a goddess, okay, that they have earned that, okay, that you are honoring your temple by, you know, laying with someone who matches your energy, okay, and you know, because if you sleep with someone, and we'll talk about this in another video, when you're operating in that God like energy, that goddess energy, and you sleep with someone who is low vibrating, it's gonna suck a lot of it. It's gonna drain you. It's gonna constantly drain you, and you're gonna be wondering what's happening, and you know, some things in your life are gonna become unbalanced, okay? So just for FYI, anybody watching my channel, you know, a man, just because I'm free spirited doesn't mean that I'm for the streets, okay? Just because I'm out of the box, outside of traditional norms, doesn't mean that I'm for the streets. Doesn't mean that I'm just giving it away easily. You know, I keep mines on a tight lid, okay? Waiting for the right person who aligns with me, okay? So I hope you ladies have enjoyed this video. If there's anything in this video that you would like for me to explain more or make a video about, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you've learned a lot from this video. I love you ladies. I love you guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.